Hey, what's going on, guys? Greg back here again. As you can see, we finally got some better lighting, and we even have a better camera now, so yeah, you can actually read what the cards I'm showing you are. So today we are going to take a look at Breya, Master of Etherium. Get it where it will focus. There we go. If you guys don't know who Breya is, she's one of the new 4-color commanders. When she enters play, you get 2 Thropters. You can pay 2 mana and sacrifice 2 artifacts to either deal 3 damage to target player, give target creature -4/-4, or gain 5 life. So she's extremely powerful, especially late game, because you can just play a ton of artifacts, sack them, do what you need to do to defeat your opponent, because remember, that 3 damage to target player does count as general damage. So if you have, you have to sacrifice 14 artifacts, but, you're able to kill someone with 21 commander damage just off her. So we're going to start with the lands. Not running a ton of basics. We're running 3 islands, 2 plains, and a mountain. Didn't kind of plan it out that way. That's just what the deck seems to like. You really don't need that extra swamp. So we're going to go through the non-basics now. We're running the bounce lands in all our colors. Windscarred Crag from Khans, Choked Estuary, a Foreboding Ruins, Port Town, Spire Town Bluff, Inspiring Vantage, Temple Malice, Smoldering Marsh, all to give us our 2 mana fixing. Then we have Vault of Whispers, Seat of the Synod, and Darksteel Citadel. I still need the other 2 artifact lands. I know I have them, I just can't find them. But the 3 artifact lands, because you can sack them with Breya. So then for tri-lands, we're running Mystic Monastery, Nomad's Outpost, Arcane Sanctum, and Crumbling Necropolis. They enter tapped, but having the ability to tap for 1 of 3 colors is extremely useful. Especially with some of our more mana-intensive cards that we play later in game. We're playing 1 Aether Hub. You really don't produce energy in this deck, so you only get to activate this once, but it gives you that 1 mana that you need. Otherwise, it's just a colorless land. Then we're running Command Tower, Rapture Spire, Transguild Promenade, and Exotic Orchard. Command Tower, everyone knows what it does, produce color that your commander is. Rapture Spire and Transguild Promenade, basically the same card, except you have to pay 1 mana when it enters the battlefield. Otherwise sack it, and then it produces 1 of any color in your mana pool. Or, sorry, add 1 of any color to your mana pool. And then Exotic Orchard is just add 1 mana to your mana pool of colors that your opponent's lands would produce. Then we're running Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse. 2 of the same card, just search for a basic land. You get 1 of the 6 cards and put it into play. Windburst Kites, Nublania, Scry, Hideaway. Pretty basic. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Knocking the tripod. Hopefully that didn't shake it too bad. Temple of the False God for double mana production. We have a Inventor's Fair, because this ends up gaining you so much life in this deck, it's not even funny. And then it does have the search ability built in. And then Maze of Ith, this card is so much fun. Just, they swing with their commander, and you just get to say no. And then they have to figure out some way to deal with this land. Meanwhile, you have Breya destroying their other creatures, so all they have is their commander. So it's a good control land. I really like it. Now onto the instants and sorceries. We're running pretty low on instants. In sorceries, we're running a Mystical Tutor, Anguished Unmaking for the Exile effect. Ooh, almost, again, knocking more stuff over. Hinder, because it's really funny to put someone's commander on the bottom of their deck. Factor Fiction, Diabolic Tutor, End Hostilities, Fumigate, just kind of put them off to the side for a second. Beacon of Unrest, just to get creatures back. Again, knocking the tripod. Again, new setup, gonna have to get used to it, I'm sorry. Healy's Artistry, trying this out. So far, it's been working good. Open the Vaults, just once a board wipe happens, get all my artifacts back. Phyrexian Rebirth, Merciless Eviction, Behold the Beyond. This can win you a game, late game, because you can search for the exact 3 cards that you need to combo out with Breya, and just add them to your hand. And then we have Mass Calcify to wind out our board wipe sweep. So far, I was thinking of running more than this. Like, I'm probably going to trade this out for a Wrath of God instead. Or, what's Wrath of God? Not Armageddon. I can't think of the other board wipe spell. But you guys can let me know in the comment section. But that's it for instants and sorceries. We're not running a ton because our deck is geared more towards artifacts. We're going to get over to the enchantments. There's only 3. We have Authority of Councils, just kind of slow our opponent down. Darksteel Mutation. It's really funny to put this on something that they care about, like make their giant Eldrazi into a 0/1 Darksteel. Then we run Tezzeret's Touch, which, if you don't know what this does, because it is new, you enchant an artifact. Artifact becomes a artifact creature in it with base power 5/5. And then when enchanted artifact is put into the graveyard, you return that card to its owner's hand. So the artifact is recycled, and yeah. But having the ability to make any of our artifacts 5/5s is ridiculous, and you're going to see why here in a second. So we're going to run through, and I seem to be missing... Okay, there we go. Missing some artifacts here. Okay, so we're going to start with the equipment of the deck, instead of just all the artifacts at once. We're running Skull Clamp because getting rid of Thopters to draw cards. Cranial Plating because our creatures get so huge. Swiftfoot Boots, Luxodon Warhammer, pretty basic in most commander builds. We're running Bone Horde, Unscythe Killer of Kings. It gives creature +3/+3, and first strike, when it kills a creature, you get to put a 2/2 zombie into play, which is pretty awesome. And then we have, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. You guys can see what it is. But get yourself a nice 5/5 blue dragon spirit token with flying, and equipped creature gets +5/+5. So it's a very fun card overall. Got to move on to our non-equipments. We're running Lotus Bloom, Everflowing Chalice, good early mana ramp, Sensei's Divining Top, Pithing Needle. This card is hilarious. I played this against a Mael player, and they just couldn't do anything. It was really funny. I ended up destroying it because I felt bad. Soul Ring, Prophetic Prism, Felwar Stone, Darksteel Ignite, and Command Sphere, just a ton of mana rocks, and we can make those mana rocks into 5/5s thanks to Tezzeret's Touch, so they're really, really effective. We have Nebral's Disc, another board wipe, except this one's recyclable. Blinkmoth Urn, one of the key cards in this deck because you want to have as much mana as possible when you're trying to combo out towards the end of the game. At the beginning of each player's pre-combat main phase, if Blinkmoth Urn is untapped, that player adds colorless to his or her mana pool for each artifact he controls. So I really like to make this a creature, swing with it on my turn. And so I get all the mana from the pre-combat main phase, then no one else gets any mana. But it's really fun, gives you a ton of mana. Even if you end up giving your opponent's mana, you don't care because you're probably going to combo out with Breya anyway. And then, new card in the deck, Paradox Engine. Whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control. This card wins games, especially with Breya. Alright, so just having the ability to untap everything is super good when we have all these mana producers and all these artifacts that tap for their abilities. We just cast a spell and untap them all. It's really don't feel the need to explain it that much. We're only running one Planeswalker. I was running a Tezzeret in here, but I ended up cutting it because it sold. Duretti, Scrap Savant. Everyone knows what Duretti does. He was a commander. Had a commander deck of his own. Now we're going to get into the creatures, which is the bread and butter of the deck. We have a Figure of Destiny. Really fun. I consider him the original level up creature. If you don't know what it does, go ahead and pause the video there. Then we have Mother of Runes, Myr Retriever, Chief Engineer to give our artifacts Convoke. Contraband Kingpin. This card's really good because it allows you to scry every time you play an artifact. Baleful Strix, Ataka Line Slinger. I think that's how you say it. It's one of the newer cards from this set, but gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. Trinket Mage, Master of Etherium, pretty staple. Not going to try to pronounce that one either. You guys can read what he does, but he's really good. Hannah Ship's Navigator. Love that we finally got this reprinted art. Shimmermer to give our artifacts flash. Sanctum Gargoyle to search. Padim, because giving our artifacts hexproof pretty much wins us the game. Phyrexian Metamorph. Solemn Simulacrum. Aethersworn Adjudicator, having the ability to tap to destroy a creature and then have a 3-mana ability to untap itself is just ridiculous. Sphinx Summoner for searching. We have Soul of New Phyrexia. Hellkite Tyrant, a awesome combustible Gear Hulk masterpiece. I'm really happy about that. Shroom the Hedgemon, Hellkite Igniter. This card wins games out of nowhere because of the Flying Haste. 7 mana for a 5/5, which doesn't sound that great, but Flying Haste, pay 2, give it +X/+0, where X is the number of artifacts you control. It can win you games in a single turn. It's really good. Myr Battlesphere, put lots of tokens into play. Just start bouncing this back to your hand, and it adds a lot of fuel for Breya's sack ability. And then, if you need life for 8 mana, or for 9 mana, Filigree Archangel gives you 3 life for each artifact you control. So, late game, sorry, 8 mana, can't count. But gives you 3 life for each artifact you control, and as you can see, we're running a ton of artifacts. So that's the deck. Those were kind of the strategies that you use in the deck. Please let me know how you guys enjoy the deck. If Breya sounds like something fun you would want to play. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you all have a nice day.